and we think about the New Yorkers that we've lost, and we think about what's ahead. And I'm going to go over a number of things now to update you. Understanding the challenge, but also understanding that New Yorkers will get through this together. And it's hard to explain that balance sometimes, that we're dealing with something absolutely profoundly different than anything we've dealt with before, and extraordinarily difficult and invisible and confusing, but we will get through this together. That is something that comes back to just the pure strength of this place and our people. But in the meantime, we will go through a really tough journey, and it all comes back to, as always, needing to work with the federal government in particular to get the help we need. And I'll give you some updates starting there. There was confusion yesterday, obviously, when President Trump mentioned the concept of quarantine. I think a lot of us were confused, thought it was something that would be in so many ways counterproductive and obviously unfair to so many people. What ended up happening was a CDC travel advisory, something much different, not a lockdown, something much more consistent with what we've been actually saying and doing in the city and state already, which is telling people to stay home unless they have an essential reason to go somewhere. So again, that threat of a quarantine turned into a very different CDC travel advisory, working with the federal government, working with the governors of the tri-state areas. Now, I spoke to the president this morning, and in truth, I did not want to discuss with him the travel advisory. That had been settled in a way that, again, I think we can live with. What I wanted to talk to him about was ventilators. What I wanted to talk to him about was medical personnel. And I went over with him again the reality in New York City, the fact that we have until next Sunday, April 5th, to get the reinforcements we need, particularly when it comes to ventilators. In fact, I asked the federal administration to get us additional ventilators even earlier.